Go ahead, switch it to the left. And shake them out a little bit. How you guys feeling? Feel good? Feel a little bit better?
All you really need when it comes to hitting off the tee or even in a game is just a little bit of stretch. And like periodically, it's good to remind yourself to do that. Like when I'm on deck, I'll stretch out before I even start swinging. It does help loosen up the muscles and make you feel a little bit more relaxed. You don't want to be going up to the plate all tense and stuff like that. You grip the bat too tight, and then you start creating bad habits, all that good stuff. So just keep in mind stretching is important, whether it's just a little or a lot. With that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and start rolling into it. So for our first warm-up, all we're doing is I like to call this the 1, 2, 3 rocking drill. So the goal of this drill is to keep our elbow connected with our lat over here, our hip, whatever helps resonate with you better. So we're keeping the bat up here. We're going 1, making sure it's still connected, 2, 3. And on the third one, if you guys have a tee, go ahead and take that swing off the tee. So 1, 2, 3. All we're doing here is we're trying to warm up. So we're not trying to kill the ball. We're just trying to get the motions, trying to feel out the motion instead of just going through it, right? So a lot of times what happens is you're out here reaching, right? You're extending your arm, not getting as much power. We're just trying to stay connected, stay tight, right, through that ball, keep our hands on the inside. So just 1, 2, 3. And again, it's a warm-up, so you don't have to worry about killing the ball. All we're doing is keeping these connected. For those of you who have done this before, it's okay. The reason we're doing it again is because it's actually a really great drill, right? So it might seem repetitive, it's good for you. It's a great warm-up. 1, 2, 3.
You guys see how Coach Payton's taking it nice and slow, really focusing on keeping those hands in, elbow connected to the hip, so that he's not getting out and he can have as much power and engage as much of his body as he can put into that ball.
This is I'll do pretty much anywhere I'm at. When I was in school, I used to take a pencil and I practiced with my pencil. I'd take my backhand and I'd come down right here, making sure I'm connected, right? Get myself in the habit. This is one of the easiest things to get complacent with, and just forget that it's important when really it is part of the foundations of your swing, right? This is where you build into those great hits, or just starting right here, very beginning of the swing. Few other things you can be looking for is during the swing and after the swing, right? While we're checking ourselves, right? As we're getting here, right? 1 is my head in the center of my body, right? Am I getting that L in the back of my leg? Am I over top of this leg? Am I leaning this way, that way? Things like that. That's why this is a warm-up drill, right? We're trying to find those things now, so as we progress, you're starting to feel what it's like to have a really juicy swing, right? We're not trying to be off balance when doing this. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Let's see some of these swings here. For some of you guys, not all of you, when doing this, right, you don't have to feel like you're lunging out there. It's just down here. That's it. All I'm really doing is rotating my back foot, dropping my elbow into the slot. That is pretty much it. So for those of you who feel like you're out there, right, getting too close to that ball, we're not completely there yet, right? We're just dropping into the slot. Making sure this motion, right, is happening and it's going to stay that way. Versus up out there, I'm lunging. Now I might be off balance, or now I might be reaching into the slot. All right, I'm gonna give you guys another minute-ish to go ahead and room it out, make sure everything's nice and tight where it should be. Elbow into the slot. All right, go ahead and take 2 more swings. All right. We'll wait for everybody. All right, real quick. Raise your hand if you know who Bryce Harper is. Yeah, he's a pretty famous athlete, right? Used to play for the Nationals. Now he's on. One of the greatest players to play the game. Not saying I'm a fan of his work ethic, but he's on Philly. I'm a Nats guy. Sorry, guys. It's okay. No hate to the guy. But this is a drill he actually created, and one of my favorite drills. This is to get your lower half involved. The whole point of this drill, you guys can Google this, YouTube this, watch him before the game, during the game. This is something he does still to this day, and he does it all the time, is to get the lower half involved. He literally will show the foot to the pitcher, right? So he's getting in his stance, he's twisting that foot, right? Showing the bottom of it, making sure we're getting everything going, and then he's striding to take that swing. So all we're really trying to do here, get that lower half activated. So we're going to be in our normal stance, and all we're doing is twisting, over-exaggerating, right here, and then taking that swing. And when doing this, we're going to get that foot down before we swing, right? So balance up here, showing the bottom of our foot, then getting it down. Once we get that foot down, that is where you kind of define what's going to happen next, right? If we get that foot down too close, we might be over top of the ball. If we get that foot way too out here, we might get under the ball, right? This is where you get your launch position, is the best way to put it. The launch position is really what position you're in when you're about to hit the ball, which angle you're going to launch it at. So when doing this, getting our bottom half activated, dropping the foot wherever it needs to go, still balanced, swinging through that ball. You're going to feel weird at first, but I promise it does help you get those hips involved. It's almost like you're coiling up your body, right? Like a rubber band or a rope or some keys that you wrap around your finger, and all of a sudden it starts swinging like crazy, right? It's like that for hitting. We're pulling up, dropping, and going. keep in mind, we want to get that foot down first, right? Once the foot gets down, that's when you uncoil everything. And doing this, when you over exaggerate that motion, now you're really loading yourself up to swing through that ball. So as we're doing this, right, we get the foot down, look how much torque I have in my hips, right, to get to that ball. It's going to be a little bit of extra power. Again, still a warm up, right? But we're doing this with a purpose, right? Hit the ball right. So just because you're doing the lower half doesn't mean you get to be lazy with the top half. Not bad, Mr. Phillips, not bad. Let's see it, Brett. Can you do it one hand? There you go.
Yeah, Junior, he's been hitting right-handed his whole life. He's a lefty, so
What's up?
we're trying to work on hitting left-handed now. He's been hitting right-handed all his life. He's a lefty. So I'm trying to turn him around now.
Semi hear you. You wanna? Are you close to a mic by any chance? Yeah.
Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's hit right-handed all his life. He's a lefty, so we're trying to work on turning him around. Let him hit left-handed now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what we're working on now.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. That's impressive, being able to switch like that. It's the same, but you got it. You're looking pretty good for just starting left-handed. That's really good. It's probably extremely awkward for you then. Connor can demonstrate lefty. Connor can do left-handed.
I'm just going to be swinging it this way, though. So we're going to start out really low and come through. Still focusing on keeping those hands into the zone, right? Really connecting that elbow at the hip still. Just because we're focusing on getting those legs loaded doesn't mean we can be relaxed and lazy up top, right? Still try to warm up the whole body to our swing. So we come up, we load, land, come through.
Also, for some of you guys, when you get the chance to go back on the field, I challenge you to kind of try this when you're warming up, taking BP. The coach is throwing it to you in the cage. Over exaggerate that hip, twist it. Maybe before he even throws the ball, kind of hold it there, right? And then see what a difference it makes, right? For when you warm up like that, and then get into your regular swing, you can feel everything moving the way it's supposed to be moving. We're gonna give you guys like 5-ish more swings, then we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Pretty nice day out. See, pretty much everybody's outside. Good job. Getting that vitamin D. Good job, Brett. Just be careful. I know you're one-handed, so the balance might be a little bit weird. When you over twist that leg and you feel yourself going this way or that way, that means you need to find a little bit more balance. So it could be just because you're over rotating that leg like crazy. We're still trying to not be back here, not be back here. We're just this nice and easy step. There is such thing as over exaggerating too much to the point where you're going crazy, right? And you're losing the balance. But looking good, looking good. All right, guys, for this next one, we're gonna kind of add both things together. We won't spend too much time on this one. I have a feeling you guys are going to be pretty good at this one. All it is a step 2 and step through. That's what I call it. So we're starting here. We're stepping 2. You can take a big step, small step, whatever. Feel it out. This is where you're going to really just as you think you have or any kinks you need to fix. You can start here for all I care. We're ending up in a good launch position. Again, a launch position is the position you're going to be right before you hit the ball, right? It's going to be determine the angle of where that ball is going. So starting here, stepping 2, right? Keeping our hands, dropping our hands into the slot, keeping it nice and tight to the ball, coming back, stepping through. And you can try this in different positions. I don't recommend when it comes to being in the game, switching that up. I think there's a lot of variables in hitting. The more consistent you are, the easier and better off you'll be. So if you find that taking that stride, landing here with your foot lined up in front of the plate, where it works best for you, I continue working on that. If you find landing a little bit shorter here works best for you, that's fine. All we're really looking for is nice, good balance. So we're starting up straight, short, coming down, boom. I'm still balanced, dropping my hands in the slot. My hips are coiled. Now my elbow is following right through that ball. Now you guys can kind of, you weren't swinging as hard before, you can kind of turn up the pace just a little bit for this drill, right? Still don't have to kill it. Still just trying to get the mechanics down, go through the motions. Also, I recommend switching up spots for the tee on this drill. It is sort of simple, but harder than you think, right? And then adding on the different locations the ball can come in, you'll find what you like best, right? Each time, you're not going to really see that too much in game, right? So you're out here starting like Freeman or something, and then coming in here, it might be harder for you to get that inside pitch because you've got that extra few seconds to get the foot down, right? Everybody starts different. Everybody has a different swing. But if you go back and you look, by the time they get that foot down, everybody has pretty much the same exact launch position, right? They're here, nice and tight, short, compact to the ball. Whether or not you start up here, you're going to end up here. This is a great drill to just kind of feel everything out, make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. So again, take your time on it, right? Turn up the pace on the swing, right? A little bit harder, but just making sure we get that foot down where it needs to be, nice and balanced. If you guys do good on this drill, it feels great. You're going to love the next drill. It's going to help you out a lot. All right, let's see it. I'm going to guess Mason, if that's Mason, or maybe it's Maverick. I don't know. Let's see it. There you go. Pretty good, bud. Pretty good. I dig it. Let's see. Mr. Phillips, what you got? There you go. You had the legs in perfect position after that swing. You had the perfect L on the back of the leg. 1 too far forward, 1 too far this way. Something to think about after you swing. If I can come over and push you over, it might mean you're a little bit off balance, right? After my swing, I'm typically pretty still athletic, right? So if Coach Connor came over here and pushed me, I'm probably still good to go. He's gonna
Still balanced, right?
It should be like that pretty much the whole way through the swing. You're not trying to let that ball knock you over.
Oh no, we lost Joe. I was back.
Again, this is something you can do in the batting cage with your coach. Right as he's getting ready to pitch it, come back, boom, getting that launch position. Good job, Mason and Maverick. I'm not sure if you're telling him what I was about to tell him. When you're taking that step, you feel like you're coming off your back foot when you take that first initial step. That means you're getting too much weight forward. We're still keeping the weight in our back foot. We provide balance with the center and the back. This foot is kind of just like to stop us and get the timing down, right? So we're here and then we're here. Versus if we're here, then on the swing, we're here again. Now I'm over top of my foot. So even when you're taking that step, you don't want to come too much off that back foot. It's okay if it moves, but if it's coming off the ground or if you lift, that's going to be a problem. Another great thing to do for this drill, besides switching up the location, height. Don't forget about height. Yes, Mr. Maverick, hold on 1 second. What you guys got?
So the problem right now is how can we fix if Maverick's swinging a little too high?
A little too high. As in, he's swinging down on the ball or he's swinging under the ball?
So right now he's taking his step and then he's swinging over the ball and it's going like to the ground.
Gotcha. So what I would recommend doing, don't worry too much about the step. The step is important. Go back to the beginning when we drop your elbow into the slot. Your hands are going to kind of be lined up with the ball. We're going to do a drill here in a second that'll help you show what it feels like to get your hands on top of that ball. So for him, I would recommend once you take that step, drop the elbow into the slot, see where your bat lines up with the ball, right? Do it again. Again, take it slow, right? Don't try to kill it. We'll go through that ball.
Okay.
A lot of reps.
Thank
Coach
you.
Connor's got something also to add for you guys.
So I used to I used to not really look at the ball, right? And I would always be swung over top or I'd be swung under until a coach told me to set the ball up on the tee just like this so that this space is, you can see it. And really look at one of those seams. You know how the seams are coming together to hold the baseball together? Well, I really want you to look at one of those individual seams and focus on that the whole time. Even after you're done swinging, keep your eyes on that spot. And it does tremendous things. Runs right through the zone, and it keeps you on that ball so that you can keep hitting good hard line drives right up the middle.
Something I liked when I was a kid.
Thank you.
They tell you to knock the seams off the ball. This is kind of the same thing. You put the tee on the ball right like this, makes a smiley face. I say knock the teeth or the seams out of that smiley face. Watch it all the way through. It's kind of like playing Fruit Ninja. You want to cut it in half.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys got it. I'll give you guys about another minute to work with it here. and then we'll go on. Same thing's going to apply throughout the whole day. Keep an eye on that ball.
Love what I'm seeing, guys. There you go.
Joe, where'd you go? Oh, there he is. I'm just double checking, bud. All right, guys, for this next drill, it's a little bit trickier, but it's actually one of my favorite drills because you guys are working with tees, right? You don't have coaches to throw you different fastball, curveball, that, and different speeds. This is going to help you. This is what's going to give you some timing with just you and the tee. I call it this skater drill, right? Because you're kind of like the skater doing tricks. What we're doing, we're bouncing back and forth like this, right? And then on that swing, you should still end up like this. Whether or not you're bouncing off the front foot, coming back to this back foot, we're still trying to end up with our foot in a good position, our head in the center. On the swing, our legs should have that L, the 7. It's going to be tricky because, right, you might go fast one time, it might not be the same, right? But you got to find it, right? Find that timing, find that rhythm. Boom, right here. I'll do a few, but again, everything you guys have just learned, we're building up to this point right here. And then when you get onto the field again, timing, this is going to help you. It's going to be tricky.
And guys, just like the Bryce Harper drill, you really want to feel that weight in that back side so you can drive that leg and that back knee into the front one.
Like you said, the goal of this one, why is it timing? Well, because you don't want to be swinging as you're jumping forward, right? You want to be swinging once you get that back foot planted, and then this foot's down. Now everything unfolds right here. So if I'm going like crazy, right? It's going to be a little bit more focus I need to go ahead and time up my swim with that ball. Kind of like when you're skateboarding, you got to time up the jump. It's a tempo drill. This can apply to a lot of different things. Again, if you guys start to master it, going down the middle, right? Switch it up. Mix up the height, mix up the location.
Don't be afraid to switch up the tempo, guys. Sometimes you can do it in 2 low hops, do it in the first one, and then say it's a off-speed pitch, do it in like 10, 11 jumps. Really feeling your body moving so that you can sit back and drive that ball.
Something to keep in mind also with this drill, this is something we all kind of do by habit. But because we're jumping back and forth on the swing, you might be tempted to come up right with your hips and finish here, which it may feel good, but you want to stay level with that ball wherever it is. So if it's a high pitch, right, you got to go up here and get it, go up there and get it. If it's down here, go down here and get it. Because what happens as you're coming up, that little motion of coming up can mess you up by like this much, right? You might roll over the bat. You might feel like you should have had it, but that little motion will help eliminate a lot of problems if you can get rid of it. Again, still take your time through, check yourself. you feel like after the swing you're out here, maybe your timing's off, right? Maybe it's like in a game, a change-up, and you're like, whoa, right? Make sure we're staying on that back foot. Nice and easy through that ball. I'll give you guys a little bit of extra time to go ahead and mess around with this drill. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's super satisfying and definitely helps with the timing, especially if you're by yourself. You don't have anybody throw to you. I'll do this all day. Looking good. A lot of you are finding your rhythm, which is exactly what we want. Someone once explained to me, hitting and pitching, it's kind of like a dance rhythm between you and the pitcher, right? The pitcher's gonna do his move, right? You're gonna find your cue for your moves, just like in a dance, right? When you're spinning the girl around, right? Same thing. Pitcher's on his cue, now it's your turn, right? You're finding that rhythm, boom, it's my turn, right? We're dancing with the pitcher. I didn't let picked up the cue. There you go. Nice job, Mason Maverick. We could call you guys the M&Ms. Let's see it. All right, Mr. Phillips, what you got here? Very good. Very good. Nice. I like it, especially for being new to being left-handed. Way better than I could do for switching. Let's see it, Brett. Not bad. Misbalanced there, but you're finding the rhythm. You've got the idea. Something you're gonna have to play around with. Is Jack around? Can we see Jack? What do we got? He's having a good time. I can tell the net's moving.
I'm cleaning up my balls.
Okay, cool. Everybody's looking solid today. Everybody's finding the rhythm. I like it. Mixing it up. Those of you who feel like you've kind of got the rhythm down, go ahead and move the tee to a different location, different height. Like for me, I'm going to put it outside. I'm going to put it low. It's going to mess with the rhythm a little bit, right? Because you got to get lower on that back foot. Not bad, Mason Maverick. Just make sure you're not hopping too much out on that front foot, right? Find that timing to stay on that back foot, drive through. Once you really, if you're the way I think about it when I'm timing this up, I get on that back foot and that's when I go into my load. Like in a game, right? I'm nice and relaxed. Here comes the ball, boom, jumping, boom. Versus if I'm out here on my front foot, right? It's going to be a little bit more awkward hitting that ball. Just something to keep in mind. Find that rhythm to stay on that back foot. Way better, way better. Nice. All right, guys, I'm going to give you about like 5 more swings, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the next drill. Looking really good. All right, guys, if you need to pick up your balls, you can go ahead and pick up your balls. You need a drink of water, you can get a drink of water. I'll give you guys about like 15, 20, 30 seconds maybe. We'll see. Go ahead and shake it loose if you're feeling tight. All right, guys, so this next drill, this is going to be specifically for those of you who struggle on getting your hands on top of that ball, and through that ball. It's weird. We're going to be setting up the tee high, right? Maybe as high as it can go. The reason is not that we'd ever be swinging at a pitch like this in the game, but if you can, which I know all of you can, get your hands high enough to get on top of that ball and make it a good hit, right? So you can see what it feels like to be level with that ball. And another bonus is if you guys can hit things that are that high, that much not a strike for you, that are out of the zone, the more confidence you're going to build in your ability to hit the ball no matter where it is. You can hit things that aren't strikes, right, and make them good hits. That gives you that much extra plate coverage, right? We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this drill. It's literally, we're taking full swing now with the tee set up extra high so we know what it's like to get our hands up high in the zone and level through the ball. This is especially great for you guys, especially as coming up, because in games, coaches will call this pitch a lot. You have 2 strikes in the count, right? And they're going to tell that catcher to raise that ball right at his hands, right? And that's an awkward pitch, but a lot of people will fall for it. So if you can hit this pitch, then you're going to be set. You're going to have that area covered. Really, the goal is to just see what it feels like to get your hands up top and through that ball, right? Nothing changes mechanically, right? All we have to do is change our location. We're still dropping our hands into the slot, but we're getting them level with that ball.
This drill is really going to make you guys focus on keeping those hands in tight, close to your body, so you have the most control and you can bring that bat right to the ball.
Right. I promise, if you guys can get the ball, it's all the way up there, then you're good to go. You're set. Especially if you can, it feels right? If you can get that nice line drive hit, smoke that ball with it being that much out of the zone, you're going to build a lot of confidence. It's an underrated drill, in my opinion, but it does help, especially for me. And this is something I would do before a game. The coaches would even pitch it up high for me intentionally, and I'd have to swing, right? Get my hands up there, find the timing. Doesn't sound right.
If you guys could hit balls out of the zone, up and below, you guys can smack any ball.
Yeah, just because it's up high doesn't mean you don't have to switch the location. You can put it inside, you can put it outside. as you can see, even I need to work on this drill, right? Making sure we get our hands to that ball. Because ultimately, that's what it's coming down to. Once you get the mechanics down to muscle memory, it's about finding where that ball is coming, beating it to the spot, getting your hands in that slot, whether it's low, up high, in the middle, right? Getting your hands to that slot. It's not going to be the same every time.
And we're setting a strong base that, like we were doing in drills before, you guys will be able to, and will be ready for any pitch, high, low, inside, outside, because the pitcher's not going to tell you where he's going to throw. So you got to be ready for anything. And with these drills, you guys will be able to hit anything.
It is very true. Another thing you guys can do for this drill to challenge yourself is set up super low. So I have the tee as high as we can go here, right? I can set myself up low. So now if the ball is high, I can get used to coming up and getting on top of that ball. And the same thing reverse, right? We set it as low as it can go. I can start myself up a little high, still athletic, then I gotta go down to get that ball, right? So now you're used to what it's like in game. In game, you kind of want to be the in-between, right? You want to be able to go low if you need to and go high. You don't want to be the extreme of being up high, having to go all the way down, right? Meet it halfway. So I'm going to go ahead and start working with it low. You guys can do the same. Put that tee as low as you want it to go. See if you can go down and get that ball. We're really work on getting those hands to that slot where it needs to be. I'll give you guys about 10 more swings, whether it's up high, down low, outside, in the middle. And then we're going to work on the 9-point high spots. Game, not going to be swinging at these pitches most likely, unless you have an 0-2 count, right? And you're just trying to protect that plate. You never know. I might think it's close enough to call. So just building up the confidence and also seeing what it's like to get your hands in the correct slot, right? With the pitches being this high and this low and this mixed up, it's not going to be as easy to get your hands in that slot to feel what it's like. Even if you do hit the ball, still it might not be a great hit. So you'll know once you get your hands in that slot what I'm talking about. Just like when we were working on it before, dropping our hands down into here, right? 1, 2, 3. We're almost the same thing, but now it's a little bit harder because the ball's not right down the middle. Go ahead and start slowly finishing up. All right, guys. So for this last drill, it's one of my favorites. It's something you can do to challenge yourself. It's a little game. I'm sure some of you have played this game before. It's the 9-point high spot again. So as you know, there's 3 different zones. We have the outside, we have the middle, we have the inside. Inside being the closest to us, right? Hard pitch, we don't want to get pinched up. Down the middle, everybody's favorite. And then we have outside, one that's away from us. So we're gonna focus on all 3 zones. We're gonna play a little game when doing it. But with those 3 zones comes 3 other zones inside those zones, right? So we have high outside, middle outside, we have low outside. Just like inside, we have high inside, middle inside, and low inside. Same thing from down the middle. Those are 9 potential strikes that you have to be able to hit. So here's the game. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with the tee being outside, set up high. We want it to be a strike, right? We're not swinging at balls anymore. We're just focused on good hits. So high strike, right? Something that you swing at in a game, we're going to do it perfectly. So for an outside pitch, right? We're not trying to hit it out here, right? If we have to reach, we have to leave our body to go get it. Either we don't want to be swinging at it or we're swinging too early. Outside pitch, we want to let it travel to us. We're going to put it deep on the plate. We're going to drive it between first base and second base. We're going to have it set up high, okay? You might need to move your net over. So this is how the game starts. So it's high outside, get a perfect swing, you nail it, move it down to the middle. Get a perfect swing, great. Move down low, right? Get it nice and perfect again. Now you can move to the middle. Middle being right at the front of the plate or wherever your foot drops, right? Same thing, starting high, going down low. You have to do each of those 9 swings perfectly, all right? So outside, you may get through all the outside pitches perfect, but you might get to the inside pitch and it messes up. You gotta start all the way back from the beginning, right? 9 perfect swings is what we're looking for. So it challenges you to focus and master all areas of the plate. For those of you who don't know, inside, right, pitch that's close to us, the opposite of outside, right? So we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna have it out here in front of us. We're gonna beat the ball. We're not letting it travel deep this time. We gotta beat the ball to its spot. Because if we were here, this is a really awkward pitch for me to get my hands on the inside of, right? Versus if I just put it out here, right, I can easily get to that ball. So same thing. Out inside, we're gonna have up high, middle, down low. You can complete the cycle perfectly. One time, 9 perfect swings. Do it again. See how many cycles you can get perfectly. I want to know, I want to have a record put on my board to say, I got to beat that, okay? So if you get 9 perfect cycles, then I'm going to beat it. I promise. I'm going to practice day and night till I beat it. This is a game I play with myself, right? If I don't have a friend or a coach with me, right? I've gone through my drills. I'm feeling good. I'm going to see how many swings I can do perfectly after all those warm-ups, right? Can I master the plate? And be honest with yourself too. If you don't think it was a great swing, start over. Set the bar high. Again, for outside, nothing changes, right? We're just letting it travel deeper. Same thing for inside. Nothing changes with your swing. Still drop your hands to the slot, getting to the ball. We're just meeting it at a different spot. Again, you got to focus here, right? Good swings, 9 perfect swings.
Looking good, guys.
I'm trying to watch all of you as you go through it. I can see the intensity in your eyes. Again, if you just focus on the good mechanics, right, and getting your hands to the slot, you'll probably more than likely have a good chance at getting all 9 perfect swings, right? Just a matter of focusing and manipulating your body to do exactly what it's supposed to do. Oh, we got some frozen people. Do you have a question, Mr. Mason Maverick? Oh, okay, cool.
You got 1 cycle?
1 cycle down? Not bad, not bad. 1 cycle is pretty hard. Now you and your brother have a little game between each other that you guys can play. Who holds the highest record? You got it? Sweet. There you go, Mr. Phillips. Feeling good.
Way to stay level with that low pitch. I like that.
Mr. Brett, the one-armed trooper. Let's see it, bud. Oh, yeah. Juicy. That's a very tough pitch for you, especially having only 1 arm to do it.
When you're fully healed, you're going to have to just switch it. Only do right hand.
On that last pitch, Mr. Phillips, it was a good swing. The only thing I could recommend you doing different, it froze right as you were making contact to your wrist dropping, right? Versus going through that ball nice and level. So part of the reason is you got to stay a little bit tighter to your body to get that, and it will naturally happen. Not a huge deal, but it is something to keep in mind. When you drop your wrist like that, that's when the ball gets those weird rollovers and you get the back spin that kind of just flare off, or maybe a pop-up. But other than that, it's looking really good, buddy. You got another cycle? Nice. So between the two of you, you both have 1 complete cycle. Let's see. Another strong hit. I feel it coming. Looks like we've got outside and it's up high. Oh, yeah, there you go. Stayed back on it. Nice. Jack, I'm sure you're killing it. I know I can't see you. I know you're probably working hard. You've probably completed the cycle, what, 3, 5, 6 million times? Nice swing, Mr. Phillips. Nice swing. You got 3 times? All right. Good deal. The record to beat right now is 7. I can tell you I've done it 7 times. Just for something for you guys to work on in your own time if you'd like. All right, I'm gonna give you guys about 1 more minute to see if you guys can complete any more cycles, any more perfect swings. A minute is plenty of time, so don't feel like you have to rush the swings. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and have to wrap this up. I didn't realize what time it was. We have another class coming in. So good job to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. Well done, well done.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good deal, guys. Keep practicing this stuff. You're welcome. Catch you guys later.
You too.